Hello, welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at the new updated version of the 6.1 special news site. As you can see, obviously we haven't got anything major updated here, but we do have some sections. So let's scroll down to those, notified by the green dots. The first of which is actually Tataru's Grand Endeavors, which has actually been given the date now of 6.15. Originally this was a 6.1x. We speculated that this might mean that it would be in 6.18 alongside data center travel. That turns out to be false, and in fact we're getting this on the 7th of June like everything else, which is pretty hype, honestly. We have two pictures, one of this gentleman and also Tataru grinning like a true demon. It says, as Scion coinkeeper and crafty craftswoman, Tataru is more than cut out for running her own boutique. Nay, the true question is how the world, and indeed the Warrior of Light, is to keep up with her ambitious designs. So you probably saw this at the end of the MSQ for 6.0. Where Tataru basically set up her own little boutique, and she was even selling you the level 89 stuff as well, if you remember that job related gear. So let's see where that goes from here. I'm pretty excited to see what happens with that. Other content then that we didn't think was going to be in this patch, but actually is Omega Beyond the Rift. So as you can see here, we have a 6.15 confirmation. And in this quest, we have various characters making a return from the Omega questline originally back in Stormblood. If you never did that questline and the raid series associated with it, I do believe that will be a prerequisite for this, but it looks to be quite exciting. There's two images, one there of Alpha and Omega chilling out there in Old Charlian by the looks of that. And then we also have here on the moon in Mare Lamentorum with the Warrior of Light and this character that I won't mention if you don't know who that is. But very exciting stuff to see where this goes. It's supposed to sort of like wrap up the storyline that has been sort of ever present since the end of the Omega Raid series. So very exciting. It does say a mysterious transmission lifted from the flight logs of the Ragnarok launches an unexpected journey of discovery. A tale once thought ended was only just beginning. So who knows what they're going to do with Omega, but Omega is a fantastic character in itself, and also I really enjoyed that storyline. It was one of the highlights of Stormblood for me personally. And then we have the granddaddy of them all, somehow further Hildebrand adventures. Obviously in 6.15, two pictures. Of course, we've always seen, Hildebrand in Lakeland, which is where we're guessing he's going to start. And then we have Nashu over here in Thavnir. So presumably there will be some questline to reunite the two and probably kick the adventures off for this particular expansion's Hildebrand. I cannot wait, honestly. Last seen vanishing into the interdimensional rift alongside his arch-rival Gilgamesh, Hildebrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has resurfaced in a rather concerning state. Reunite with his ever-enterprising assistant Nashu, that you might get to the bottom of what is sure to be another hair-raising, heart-pounding case. I'm sure it will. And if they include stuff like trials, again, that would be honestly the icing on a cake. But the comedy, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it certainly is mine. It's brilliant. And then we have the Arkasodara, the tribal quests, formerly known as tribal quests. Now you can't call them beast tribe quests because they're not really beasts, and so much. But basically, you can kind of get the gist of this beast tribe by looking at just the images. So the Arkasodara are the elephant type people. Obviously this is Thavnir, and this will be the encampment. This was actually added into the game in 6.1. It's kind of in ruins right now, so it's going to kind of show you the rebuilding of this encampment over the course of your quests, essentially. And one of the ultimate rewards is indeed this as a mount. This will feature heavily in the storyline itself. We've saw images of that, and in the trailer for 6.1, in fact, references to a race with these, but it is basically a hippo cart, like a rickshaw with hippos, which honestly is just fantastic. It says, hulking in stature and kind at heart, the Arkasodara are known for their alchemical ingenuity and hippo carts. Follow a crew of young upstarts seeking to blaze a new trail across Fafnir's history and ride like no one has ridden before. On your mark, the open road awaits. So I'm very excited about that, mostly just because of the mount. Be sure on the 7th of June that you do the Beast Tribe quest first. If you're not, in work, for example, and you're able to do this as soon as you can log on, if you do that first, then at reset, which, for example, in the UK, that's about 4 p.m. If I log on before then, do the quest, and then at 4 p.m., I will actually have access to 2 sets of dailies in the first day, which is also the reason why sometimes you see people at a day ahead of you, or like a rank up ahead of you. A rank up ahead of you can actually give you an entire day on top of that with new quests, right? So, yeah, it's pretty advantageous to do that. But of course, that's only if you want things as fast as possible, right? But I want to get my hands on that hippo cart as fast as humanly possible. But yeah, very exciting. And then one of the last things to be added to 6.15 is the custom deliveries with Ameliance. Levia, we've got an unnamed character here, as well as Ameliance looking pretty awesome down by the dockside there. But yeah, I'm curious to know what this character's storyline is. It says, with the final days averted, great waves of change have reached the shores of Sharlayan. The burden of its duty lifted, the long reticent seat of knowledge has begun to open its borders at last. And in the midst of such upheaval, Ameliance Levier has a new venture in mind. At least I think that's a character, although it could be an outfit. I'm not really sure if this is an outfit that we would get. It does look very nice though, doesn't it, with the bow? But I'm guessing that this is a character of some sort in the storyline, but I don't know. No idea. And that's pretty much it. The only other new stuff is down at the media section, which obviously has all of those pictures in much greater detail, so you can have a look at them, such as the wondrous hippo cart here. So yeah, the 7th of June is even more exciting than I first imagined, especially since we're getting the Omega quest line, Tataru's Grand Endeavors, Hildebrand Adventures, Ameliance Levier. I mean, that's quite juicy actually, much more juicy than I expected the patch to be. And it's just a little mini patch before obviously the big granddaddy of them all, 6.2, which is just on the horizon in the next couple of months, right? Anyway, much love. Thank you so much for watching this video. Link in the description. Go check out these images yourself, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.